for another video. I'm Adam Douglas, this is Adam Douglas Drives, and today we are going through last week's round of Gran Turismo Sport. So it was driving minis around the Indy version of Brands Hatch. We had, I think, 11 starts in total. We didn't capture 2 of them. One of those got the handbrake glitch, so we didn't miss much apart from losing a bunch of DR and SR for no real reason. And the other one, I think, was just a pretty rubbish race on my behalf. But other than that, good racing. Gained a lot of DR. Kept SR back at 99, or whatever it is, that A level or S level, sorry, whatever it is, that keeps you there. And pushed on from our C level rating up to a B level. So that's a top effort. So before I natter your ears off too much, let's just cut away and go get them videos. So the first race, here we go. It's a pretty good lap here at Brands. It's not that hard with the Indy track. You can see here we're on pole position, racing against C-Class, D-Classes, expected to finish third. We're demonstrating here our new technology of the warp speed, and away we go. Hear the wonderful super cute whine of the engine as we go through Druids there, down into Hill, not very good at Hill, through McLaren and into Clark, and that's the end of the first lap. Now this race, you'll see it's pretty much just I pull away, get a comfortable lead, and then I think pretty much just sit on it and have a little bit of a chat here. So paddock, I'm finding I have problems sometimes getting the braking points a bit right. Definitely have problems through Hill. McLaren I sorted out by the end of the week. Druids, I've got a different line to I think a lot of people. So Druids I like to actually kind of tuck right in tight and slow the car up early and then in second gear and then just floor it, and you seem to get a better launch down through the run to Hill and then through to McLaren if you can do that. So it's worth trying to do. McLaren took me a little while to get the hang of that, and I said paddock I'm not really sure about. The real thing with paddock is down through that compression where you just kind of slow right up if you've got the gearing wrong. So it seems if you can carry pace in fourth, it seems to be the way to do it. If you can't, it seems like go down to third, change up to fourth, and then quickly down to third to second, just towards the end or towards the entry to Druids. So there you go, straight up win, easy one. Pole position, clean race, nice work. So the one after that was the handbrake one. So we'll then go on to, that was the first day of driving it. Second race here, we're expected to do pretty well. And let's see what happens. So here we go, off to a start. Changed up into second, we're going okay, we haven't engaged warp speed yet. So here we go, let's have a look at the radar. Yeah, it's not a great start, is it? And here we go, we're pretty slow coming through here. Build up okay, we're coming right out of the compression. And I'm just getting to the point, there we go, hit my braking point. I've turned in, I've already started leaving the apex, got a bit of a hit here from Jack D. I've gone, yeah, fair enough, Jack D. I'm just going to try and sit on your tail, follow you around for a bit. So hold behind him through Hill, run down to McLaren, still there, holding a line. Looks like a little bit of a weird judder there. Still holding a line, nice and clean. I'm doing okay. Nice, yeah, that's okay. Engage warp speed. Seeing what we need to see there. Come through here, so we've come through Druids, down through Hill. So this is where Adam tries to play polite gentleman racer. And I've outbraked myself, put myself out here on the gravel. I'm just recovering, starting to recover, and get crammed off by someone else. That sets me right back. And let me be honest with you, I'm not sure why anyone else was out that wide unless they were also having the difficulty. So we'll engage warp speed, come through here. Now, you might think that something was going to happen to Pedro there, but no, it was the other bloke in front of him who's just quit on life. Pedro there takes a strange line, coming out of hill, kind of far too wide. Looks like he's yielding the corner, doesn't. Comes back across a couple of times, comes back to cut massively the inside there into McLaren, then comes back, gives me the massive shove, sends himself off as well. I've hit the barrier, fine. So clearly I've taken more of a penalty from that than he has. He's got a penalty to serve. Engage warp speed as we go through the rest of this, or the start of this lap. You can see coming through here, this time around, what happens is instead of going, right, I'm just going to send it, I've just said, no, I'm just going to sit behind here, I'll come up here. I forced him a bit narrow there. He has not got on the brakes early enough, and he sent himself off into the gravel. And I've just gone merrily on my way. And now we'll just walk through a little bit further. And what you'll see is something that's kind of a little bit sad, really. This is Jack D in front of us, who has had an off at the hands of someone else, I suspect, because there was that yellow flag, and we've just gone past him. So remember that Jack D's the one that passed us for the lead on lap 1. So the rest of the race from here, kind of cruisy. I was expected to finish, I think, 7th or something on bonnet number, finishing 6th, so that's not the best result, but I've still finished ahead of my bonnet number. Next race. Now this time we are expected to finish, I think, 10th? Yep, there we go, 10th. So here we go, coming up to the start, and flag drops. I'm away. Not the best exit through the compression there. You can see, if you're watching the radar, there you go, here comes Iman, Daniel. He's giving me a bit of a shove there, shoved me wide. Okay, fine. Come back, and he just kind of gives me a little bit of a bump there. Okay. And then he's going, you know what? 2 into 1 goes through hill. No, it doesn't, Iman. It really doesn't. And he's not only pushed me wide, he's then kept me wide. So he gave me another shove to keep me there. He's now shoved his way in here. That's also not correct behaviour. Tries shoving around there. He's still there. Falls back in behind, and Raw 618. You can see Raw 618 there's had his little, gave me a bump and then done his little turn around, come back. But he's in the 6.5. So all he has to do is hold the inside line here, and he gets the blazing fastness that comes with weighing about 2 feathers worth. I've come here, minor little tap there, I've tried to be a good boy. Iman comes through again, bigger shove. See you later, he says. Do we really? Here's what happens, Iman. Here's what you should have done last lap. That's right. Yield the corner. So I've yielded the corner. Fair enough. Sit here. Yep, that's fine. And I've gone, oh, oops. Deliberate incident. Absolutely not going to lie about that one. I have deliberately used him as my brakes after being quite fed up with his behaviour beforehand. So I take that, and that's dirty driving, and I don't like doing it. I felt really dirty about doing it. Come through here, and this time around I've gone, right, well, I've got this line. And it turns out I was not quite narrow enough, and I've just clipped Raw 618 with like probably the rear quarter or the door, and you can see it's given me a bit of a speed slow down, like just a jolt. But we've got through there. I think I would have had him later on in the lap if I didn't get him there. And from there we engaged warp speed again, and we're off. And I'm pretty sure from this point onwards it's pretty smooth sailing. So yeah, a bit of dirty driving from me, a bit of dirty driving from really from Iman, I think. I don't like to see it, I don't like to do it, but you know what, I felt kind of justified, and I think that's actually an indicator that it's probably pretty poor behaviour from both of us. There you go, it's a victory. Apparently a clean race. Go figure. Line out for another round. Here we go. We're expected to finish 3rd. Let's see what happens with the start here. I have a feeling I know what happens on this race. And we engage warp speed. We're off. Now this one looks like it's just going to be straight up clean race. I'm just looking at the gap, and yep, there we go. We're just experiencing another off into the distance run at Brands Hatch. You can see how wonderfully fast you can take this course when you turn speed up by 5. It's really a short lap. You know, it drops to probably 12 seconds tops if you are lapping at this kind of pace. And realistically, I think that's where all of us want to be with our speed around this track in an 05 Mini. Now the 05 Mini, I think handles a bit better through some of the corners. It's a bit more planted. You don't have the understeer. Obviously it handles better off the line. You gain like a second or two straight up just from that. The 6.5 is clearly faster in a straight line, and it clearly accelerates faster once you've actually got grip. And so that is why you see the actual competition between the two. But it just seems to me that the trick is to qualify in the 6.5, which I didn't do. I couldn't work the lap out, and then race in the 05. So there we go. A lights the flag race there. I think we got fastest lap 2. Dad 510, he's come through for second. Sometimes Dad 510 is pretty good. Sometimes he seems to be a bit marginal, which is kind of like myself. So there you go. Clean race, lights the flag, fastest lap. Here we go, we're lining up for pole position again. We've got some 6.5s behind us. It's always nice when you see that you've got 6.5s behind you. You know you're not going to be challenged for the first run into Druids, and if you've got any pace about you, you can pretty much just cruise off into the distance from there. And that looks like what we're doing again. Look at this, just blasts away. And then pretty much just sitting on that lead at the moment, about a second and a half-ish. Bit more sometimes, a bit less sometimes. And that's really just all you need to do to just hold there. Now I don't think I'm going to get fastest lap on this one. I think Kachin does, and you know, fair play to him, it's a good drive. It's very hard to get a consistently fast lap. At this point I'm doing 59s pretty consistently. I can get 58s. Getting, you know, the low 58, which I should be able to get as my optimal, is just me not being able to put it together every time, and it's normally I'll stuff hill up or I'll stuff paddock up, in terms of I'll get something a bit wrong and it'll cost me a couple of tenths. And realistically, if I could put all of that together, I'd be doing fine. You can see there I've dropped a fair bit there in terms of gap. Come through and still get half a second win. That'll do. It's another nice race. And the 6.5s, there you go. Second, third, fourth for the 65s. They can do it. They just can't start. There you go. It's a clean race and a pole position. Next race. Racing the B class boys. Expected to come 5th. What do you reckon? What do you reckon the chances are? Not that great, I'll tell you. So, oh yeah, there's the start. It's not great. You can see I'm already being dragged. But watch this. This is how I would like to see that race with Iman and Raw have gone. And that's why we've zoomed in on this radar. You can see right there, right? That's basically from before Druids, the whole way through. They're just buzzing around at the back. You can see the gaps there. It's, you know, not that much. And they kind of tangle each other a little bit up into McLaren. And from there, I kind of just drove off a bit. Realistically, I think that had they not tangled each other up, they would absolutely have gotten past me. I think the run through Druids the second time, or the second run into McLaren, they would have been there. And it's just bad luck. Yeah, there you go. I exceed track limits into paddock, I think, there. So I get my penalty. That's life. It's fair. I did the wrong thing. We come through for our slowdown. Here we go. Slows down. Yeah, penalty served. And realistically, that's brought them a bit closer, and that's not close enough. You can see they're just getting onto the radar into Druids on the last lap, but they never really got close enough after that first time through McLaren. So I think that would have been a really good race had we kept going, but that's how life is. So it's another win. That was 4 on the trot at that point. And then what we get is I'm expected to win this race. Okay, so last race I was meant to come 5th, this time I'm meant to win it against B classes, and that's a terrible start, really. And look at this, he's got alongside into Druids, he's backed out of it, and then I've just got it a bit wrong. I think, I don't know, there was too much of a shove, there might have been a bit. Then I cop a bit of a shove from Volvo the man. And then I'm kind of planned here is to just kind of hang around. I'm not expecting that I'm actually going to win this one. I'm just looking at the quality of my driving versus the quality of everyone else. You can see there, haven't had a great run through hill, and that's got Volvo Demand past me already. He's giving me a bit of a shove there, for sure. His line's a bit off, and I'm kind of sitting there hoping that these two guys are going to take each other out, and they don't. It's because they're actually decent drivers. Not the best exit of the compression. Excuse me. And then we get sent again into Druids. I give him a bit of a shove and go back past. It's not going to last long because he's got a better run into hill. And I've just gone, you know what? I know that you can't go too wide there. I've tried to hang on around the outside and it hasn't worked for me. And let's let someone else through. So there's another lesson for you. Don't try and hang on around the outside of hill. It doesn't work. Another bad exit of the compression. Immediately lets this next guy straight through. I was just going, yeah, oof. Thought about it. I thought about it there, but I didn't do it. So I've held on, right, here we go, and then get sent again by Manakineko. Manakineko here is just, he's a bit off. And now they're all bunching up and holding each other up, and I've just gone, stuff you, I'm going for it. And that's really dirty by me. Yeah, that's not okay. Look at this. Holding each other out, biffing each other further off track, trying to go 3 wide, doesn't happen. This is not going to work well for anyone. You can just see it coming. I've just kind of gone, yeah, I'm just trying to hang back and keep out of it and see if I can pick someone off. And there we go. I've got that pass. You can see Manakineko though, using his fast pacey 6.5 to get by, but then into Druids, oof, nearly. Go through hill again, no. To McLaren, well, he's way offline, and I've just gone for it. Absolutely sent it, and you can just watch the radar, and you can just see him dropping right back. And he's lost 1 place, could have lost 2. So that's the end of that race, 5th. It's not where I wanted to be on the bonnet, but that's okay. We're still building DR at this point. And here we go, we're lining up second. We've got a B class on pole, but he's in a 6.5. Now, watch what happens. This is the difference. Straight away into the lead, half second, 6, 7 tenths, just kept going. So I'm just keeping that half second gap the whole time while we're in warp speed here. Still 4 tenths, half second, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths briefly, half second-ish, 4 tenths, half second, and just keep holding that gap, right? Build it up. Got it up almost a second there, but all I needed to do was just hold this, and that was a B class in the lead, or on pole. So all I've had to do is just kind of sit there and stay away from Killer Matty K. Killer Matty K be fast, and you can see that he's got the fastest lap. It's better than my fastest lap for this race already. Better than my fastest lap will be, and I think he might even lower that. Let's see what happens. Yep, there you go. He's lowered. No. Bam Dog has lowered that lap time. And all I've done, oof, you can see he's got into radar distance again on the last lap. But not close enough. So that 6.5, that was half a second. Plus the gap between first and second on the grid. So that's probably a second. It's another win. Move on to the next race. Second again. So you can see I'm starting to push up to, this is the last race before I get my B license from memory, my B rating, and so all I really have to do is not kill myself, not kill anyone else, and just go for it. And that's what I've done again. So I was a C class on pole, and I've just gone, yep, I'm going for this, and straight away off into a second odd lead, builds it up to 2.5-ish, and from here on, all I really need to do is just sit on the lead. Not the tidiest laps, you know. At this point, I think it was like a Sunday or a Saturday. It's pretty tired. I wasn't driving at the best, and I knew it. But I was also at the point where I'm like, you know what? I really don't have to do much to get my B rating. So that's what I've done. Is just gone out here to just really whore it up and get that extra B rating. As we whiz around with our cutie engine noises and our whistling tyre squeals. And that's pretty much it. You can see it got out to 3 seconds there, so I'm not really pushing to try and set the fastest possible laps in the world. I've pushing clearly fast enough to get fast laps for myself. 59.07. That's pretty good. And I'm pretty sure this one's just going to end up with me in another pretty much whites to flag and fastest lap. And there you go. That's the finish. Another 2 clean races in a row, and that is what getting your B rating looks like. That's 9 races of the Indy circuit at Brands Hatch, resulting in our B class rating being awarded, finally. If you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up. Didn't enjoy it, thumbs down. But if you did enjoy it and you want more, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon to make sure that the algorithm doesn't do its thing and keep you away from us. We'd also love it if you drop some feedback and comments. Until next time, have a great one. I'm Adam. Take it easy.